Hello everyone, welcome back to Danganronpa 2, where we finished the Secret of the Funhouse.
What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my... I can't believe I have to explain that now.
Can you just tell us what the weapon is?
No, because he's an ass.
You can solve this simple mystery easily.
What an octagon means. It's an 8-sided shape.
See.
If I recall,
I don't know.
an
Seems like
octagon
some
is a
pretty
shape
higher
with
learning
8
there.
sides, right?
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
Don't you learn that at like 3?
Probably.
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
It's the secret room. It's on top of Grape House.
Alright.
Here!
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Because it
Why
was
is
on the
that
first
place
floor
the
of
Octagon?
Strawberry.
Right.
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house?
Yeah, okay.
If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it.
I didn't know I have to do
True
geometry in
identity of the
these.
Octagon
Right.
is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room.
Congratulations.
In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
No
Uh-huh.
shit.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Learned?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the Funhouse, which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm like, this finally took an interesting turn.
Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the Funhouse from the scenery, and then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The
We got
funhouse
through
itself
the
is the
dead
weapon.
room.
So they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building.
But I thought he was the only one to make it to the fun room. Or the dead house, whatever.
Building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime.
Uh-huh.
It truly deserves
No.
to be called the ultimate weapon.
Ultimate stupidity, maybe.
The funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon? What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nekomaru? And who is the killer who did that? Did Nekomaru use it?
It's trial suspended time. Which, this usually means we're halfway through it.
Hiya!
Oh, hello there. I thought of a new bad word to call Monomi.
I can already tell I won't be pleased by this.
Then let me say it right away.
I'm already used to insults and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a new word. My God.
I don't know what that means.
It means she's like fat and stuffed, is my guess.
Oh. Monomi is a serious fatly.
That's much more straightforward than I expected. Stu-flattily, huh?
That's not it. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. The perfect jet stream attack incorporating all 3 of these words would be... Ta-da! Stu-fatly.
There's a fat hidden in there?
Okay, everyone, all together now. Monomi is a serious stupatly.
I can't wait for her to like find some hidden shiv and just like start nailing him for all the words he said.
Hello. I hope your day is well.
She's gonna actually talk.
I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up.
I know the feeling.
My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw!
Good luck.
But be careful
so that your batteries don't run out for various reasons. And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
Yes. Saving.
Monomi speaking to you today.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just
Chiaki, you're my favorite.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
Yeah.
That's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Nekomaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
But it's not for
He's
hope.
right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
You figured out something.
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can. Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
Nagito, as usual, I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Don't you think we should have did that at the beginning of this trial?
Yeah, I feel like we did things so out of order. Nekomaru's cause of death, huh?
Blow to the head.
He was horribly damaged, as if he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the building structure. So what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? Crushed by the elevator? I don't think so.
That's interesting, though.
Falling? I actually don't know this one.
Also utilized the building structure. The only thing that makes sense is crushed by the elevator.
No.
He was beaten with a blunt object.
But that's not using... Did he fall? No. No.
Go with falling.
I am almost out of options. I actually don't understand this. I kind of wish that we had...
Dead battery is the only other thing.
Falling.
Oh, yeah, it was falling.
I kind of wish that they had put more effort into discussing this instead of the shape of the building.
Come on,
Like, I feel like this...
That was super valuable part of this, and how could you... Oh, jeez,
I know.
I think I know a guy.
We spent over a half hour talking about the shape of the building, and we're just now getting to... Oh, by the way, he probably fell.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
I never would have thought of that. He... over the edge.
Yeah. Oh, and that's why he landed the way he did. Did he land on the pillar? He landed on the pillar.
Probably hit his head and then hit the floor.
So he was killed from Strawberry House. So that's why. So they had everything
buttoned up to make it look like that it wasn't Strawberry House.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Strawberry House.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
There you go,
Don't
Connie.
you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Well, right, yeah.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. I do agree with that. Okay. I'm back.
Your argument.
So it's either contact elevator or good night button.
When the elevator is on the first floor.
No, wait, not contact
you
elevator.
Can't go through the door on the fourth floor.
It'd be
Broken
impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mechamaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the fourth floor to the first floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor?
But he's not.
As long as there's a moving object inside.
But if his button was pushed.
The other door won't open.
Oh.
Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That's why he was tied up.
Yep.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
So
I need to make it clear so they understand Nekomaru Felder's death. Looks like it's all up to me. I don't think
the elevator is on the
so.
first floor.
Though.
You can't go through the door on the fourth floor.
Strange feeling in tower.
God.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mechamaru inside the they moved the elevator from the fourth floor to the first and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor?
As long as there's a moving object inside.
No, that's
There we go.
Sweet.
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me. Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
A way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Jackie seems to have an idea, but what way could that be?
Okay.
Wire, goodnight button, tipped over pillar is what I'm thinking.
That's what I was thinking too.
Although we still haven't figured out the broken doorknob.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
Tipped over pillar, I think.
Oil on the floor.
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
So I think you're right.
Silence, pest!
I love that.
Don't be so cold.
So
What if
I think.
start to enjoy it.
Oh lordy, that's more disturbing.
If Nekomaru's inside the elevator, how can you create a difference in elevation?
If you
Oh, no,
arrange
no,
it a
I got it.
certain way, you can
Wire.
cause the drop within the elevator.
Who are you gonna agree with?
So you're telling us all
I gotta figure that out.
to think about the arrangement, right?
Yeah.
That arrangement is...
Did they tie him to
The
the
hammer is
something
suspicious.
to like the top of the pillar?
Ah,
Isn't
yes.
it about time we went over the pillar again?
Wait, what? No, really? When the hell does that pillar come out? Maybe you throw the pillar and then you jump to the...
Okay,
If
sorry,
you arrange it
but
a
I thought that
certain
was
way, you can
smart.
cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all
This is get where I'm like, well, okay, I get what
think about
happened.
the
Can we
arrangement,
just...
Yeah.
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
No, we're not
No.
talking about the hammer.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What
Why
about
is
the
it not
oil
the-
on the floor?
I don't think that matters, but that's all there
Doorknob on the
is.
floor it seems suspicious.
The doorknob.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
What would the broken doorknob have?
Don't be so
Oh, do you
cold.
have it now?
Did they...
What if I start to enjoy it?
Is he like gripped to the doorknob?
Oh.
I think that's...
Tied to the doorknob?
If
The
you
loop
arrange it a certain
pulled it off the
way,
handle. It's the wire on
you
the
can cause the
doorknob.
drop within the elevator.
Because it
So
pulled
you're
it
telling me to
straight
think
out.
about the arrangement.
That arrangement. The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went up?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
There we
I
go.
agree with
Good
that.
job.
Because of the loop.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
And then he crashed onto the pillar. Okay.
Yep.
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob.
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair. That's right. He was suspended in midair.
And then crashed onto the pillar. Okay.
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower.
But I think that kind of rules out that he did it to himself, because you would have had to have been out there to move the elevators.
I think the sleep button.
That's right. He was so well hung. Kinda like.
You better not finish that sentence.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
Oh, lordy. What does Jerkwad want now?
So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Why?
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall?
Wouldn't gravity just take its course
Yeah.
after a minute?
Suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
He's heavy. Doorknob's not gonna hold him. Broken doorknob is my guess.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru, if he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. But in that case, you still won't be able to explain that moving the elevator with Nek is just impossible. End of story.
So you missed it. I think it was the
Thanks to
first.
Kazuichi, I figured out how the killer dropped Nekomaru. If I use that evidence,
What? Nekomaru fell
There,
on his
broken
own?
doorknob.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
It was tripped too late.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
No?
Nope.
Sorry.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own?
Radio
Nekomaru should have
clock.
still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no
The
way he
pillar
could do that to
fragments?
himself.
Because they're underneath him?
Now's the time if you want to take back that sleep mode, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside.
I don't understand.
Even if they suspended
Oh, are you
Nekomaru,
kidding me?
What's wrong?
It's back to the
how would they
beginning.
make him fall?
Oh.
There's no one in the tower to push him up. There's no way they could do that.
I didn't know he did that.
I didn't either.
It doesn't mean someone had to
I hate
push
that
him
you
off.
can't like go through the evidence while. Oh wait, can I?
Okay.
All right, what do we have?
Thought we had wires one. The alarm. We haven't really talked about that. The alarm clock in his chest. Remember that
Radio
went
clock
off.
receives radio waves. Oh. Are they gonna say that the alarm clock?
Went off
Yeah.
and woke him up.
All right, so maybe it's the alarm clock.
It's possible that he fell.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Allow me to
There
cut
we go.
through those words.
Good job.
Yeah, I wish I could have like
What do
looked
you
at those.
think
That would have made that
happened if
so much
Nekomaru
easier.
woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair.
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why,
He would have freaked out.
if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off.
I mean, I would imagine with something that heavy on a doorknob, it's going to fall. It's going to fall anyway.
In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
Killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... if that's really what it was, then that's the clue Nekomaru left behind for us to find.
So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
You're a bit of both.
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia?
Oh, he's gonna
If
go
I'm a
this
fucking
route.
Pig, you can say so.
He's gonna go this route now.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy, he gets off on this.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
He hit the pillar.
It doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. He hit the pillar. The only thing I can think of that happened to him was he collided.
Cola came out of his eyes.
Shoot, let's go with that one.
I see.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's
I'm actually with Akane for once.
and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
All right.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
I think it was 7:30 p.m.
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction.
It happened at night is my opinion, but I don't think that's an option. The wall clock, I bet you. This Fuihiko account doesn't talk about the alarm, does it? Can we go back and look at those? It does.
Saw Nekomaru walking toward the first floor of Strawberry House at 5 a.m.
So he was still alive, so it can't be PM, so I'm off on that.
Alright. At 5:30 a.m., the alarm, the wall clock, and blah blah blah. Fuihiko is at the lounge. They changed the time on the clock. On these clocks.
Mm-hmm. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
It sure was.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
And I don't think that's it.
That's gotta be it!
I think we're gonna have to contradict that.
Oh, you think we're gonna have to grab something and...
No, I think we're going to, I need to crush one possibility at a time if I'm going to break through this contradiction. Yeah. So the first thing we can break is the radio clock. So we can contradict her last that last statement with the radio clock, because you can't mess with it.
Killer probably did some. They probably messed with the clock inside.
Yeah, no, you can't.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Tampered with that clock.
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
This time-related contradiction, I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. Thank you. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. No Hangman's Gambit, no Hangman's Gambit. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. Logic drive.
Yep.
Oh, thank God. It's like no Hangman's Gambit. I can't take it.
Okay. Got our jumping function down.
Yeah, you know.
Ooh.
God, I hope this... Oh, okay. They were both at the same place.
Ooh. Oh. Alright, question 1. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand?
Oh,
Whoa,
crap.
shit, I didn't realize there's 3 now. The time in the building.
Oh, the time in the building. That was unexpected. All right.
Yep. Okay. So there's gonna be 3 now.
It's only hard because the divide is like so extreme. Wait, really?
Whoa. That's fun. You have to jump again.
Not there.
Oh my god, that's awful.
That's a little much.
And you liked these. Shame,
I
shame.
really did. I really did. Just don't do platforming. Just don't. Just please don't.
Maybe that's the key, is kind of wait to the end and then...
Nope. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't do platforming. We were good until you added platforming.
Well, I don't... This already has so many things going for it. Why did you need to add that element?
Yeah. And I hate how far back it throws you too.
Yeah. Good job.
All right. It might the trick might actually be doing it earlier because that was actually a lot
Question
easier.
2. What clock was tampered with?
The building's clock.
Okay. Oh lordy.
This is actually fine. I'm all right with this.
Ooh.
I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. Like if I slow down, then he just stops moving altogether. If I have to jump onto that other one, I'm going to be unhappy.
All right,
No, okay,
3.
we're cool.
Which house had the wrong time? Both houses.
Jump.
Wait, got it. Ooh.
Yeah, I think that extra little platforming part was a little much.
Hajime's just like, man, my brain works in mysterious functions.
Right.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Of course it
Now's not
is.
the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
That's the main problem. I need to clarify how much time... By how much the time was off after the killer messed with the clocks. That's definitely next mystery. I'm going to reach the truth in one go.
So we need to go look up this stuff because remember somebody said they heard that noise? I wonder if it's Akane. Doesn't she talk about that noise? Heard a noise.
Heard a rumbling about 7:30, so it's about 2 hours.
Then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Yes.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell.
That might be it.
It would have been a great clue.
We'll see though.
Or his scream.
Nope.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
What's with that pose? With Akane's account, it's 2 hours. It's just a matter of which statement do you want me to shoot.
Clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to
If only I heard the sound when he fell.
There
I
we go.
agree with that.
There we go.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Sure was.
Yep.
And we'll hear more about that in the next episode.
Stupid rumbling noises.
Yeah.
Interrupting people's sleep.
Yep.
He should have known better. He should have made a quieter fall.
He should have. It was, you know, very distracting. Disturbing the peace. All right. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.